now from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is your weather today. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, folks, here we go on this Back to Work Monday. And I tell you what, for some of the kiddos out there, it is also a Back to School Monday. Almost hard to believe, but the temperatures, there's really no change in those as we go through today. In fact, my forecasted high right up around 105. Plenty of humidity out there today. So the stickiness factor, just like what we began to feel over the weekend, it is definitely there today. So again, your heat index number will easily be pushing 110, well into the danger zone. Do keep that in mind. But I tell you what, we may have some good news in the forecast. Not great news, but good news. Notice those low-end rain probabilities, 10-20% as we go through the day. There's been a bit of a flux, F-L-U-X, flux in the summer heat dome, and we may have the door ever so slightly cracked to some rain, some storms in the forecast. Again, we'll talk more about that coming up. But this is what we did this morning. And these were your morning lows. Notice here in the Metroplex, mid-80s. I mean, just absolutely brutally warm this morning out the door. But notice up along the Red River Valley, there are some 70s up there. That has to do with some outflows, some rain, cooled air from up in Oklahoma that is now in North Texas. And I tell you what, that is really going to factor in to the forecast as we go through the day for some of you. Again, more on that coming up. But also here's an inspection in the Metroplex of the morning lows. And again, Denton definitely living right down to 78 this morning. Again, elsewhere, most of us, again, like I mentioned, very warm out the door in the 80s. So the excessive heat warning rather does continue essentially for most of North Texas. The only exception is, again, our Red River counties. Those have been trimmed out from the Weather Service. And again, the reason why we're going to have this little boundary floating through the area. So where is the boundary right now? You can see the red and blue line. Again, it's not necessarily a cold front, but it is some rain-cooled air from thunderstorm activity that is ongoing up in Oklahoma. Pretty decent complex there. So again, the rain-cooled air pushing out of those has formed this kind of quasi-cold front, if you will. But that's going to be lingering and kind of wobbling, if you will, through our far northern counties this evening, with the daytime heating may also be the focus of some rain and some thunderstorm activity. But the other real key piece of our forecast today into tomorrow, Tuesday, and I think maybe even into Wednesday as well, the summer heat dome that, again, we've been talking about just endlessly every day over the last 6 weeks or so. It's very slowly shifting off to the west, and the northwesterly flow coming around on the northeastern fringes of the summer heat dome is going to be moving more so down into North Texas, and we'll be in that pattern for the next 2 to maybe 3 days. And because of that, again, anything that forms off to the north, there's kind of a low-end opportunity. It may sag by, again, early in the morning in the parts of North Texas, right? So kind of forming upstream and then coming down river, so to speak, if that makes sense, into North Texas. And again, anything we see, there may be a low-end opportunity of some severe weather, mainly with the wind threat. I'm not anticipating high-end severe weather, but again, you saw the area of red, again, highlighted there on the map. So as we go through the day today, through the afternoon hours, it's relatively quiet, right? Not really a lot going on. But take a look at this. As we get into the evening, our northwestern counties up along that boundary, there could be a couple thunderstorms that form up there. Again, if they do form, again, gusty wind, a minimal severe weather threat with that. But again, it's essentially from the Interstate 20 corridor off to the north. Then we'll have a complex of rain and storms form off to our northwest overnight. They'll come southeast. And by sunrise tomorrow morning, take a look at that there. It's still north of Interstate 20, but again, from the Metroplex up towards the Red River Valley, again, we may be dealing with some scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow morning. That would also leave an outflow boundary. And then as we go through Tuesday into Wednesday, we may still be dealing with some additional scattered activity. Right now for tomorrow, Storm Prediction Center not highlighting anything in red, but I think it would be the similar story. Again, some downbursting winds not impossible with any activity we see. There's your daytime highs up in the triple digits for most of us. This afternoon, it's only a 10 to 20% opportunity of rain and storms. We'll be close to a record high today. I'm forecasting 105. Again, the record is 106. Here would be your Monday evening. Notice kind of those low-end rain storm probabilities, even through the evening, right around 20% here in the Metroplex. Again, mid to upper 70s to right around 80 out the door tomorrow morning. And then as we go through Tuesday, much the same, right? More triple digits on the way. Notice those low-end rain chances. And again, you can see, well, more in the way of triple-digit heat.